Salutations, my lords and ladies. Yes, we are back at it again. Yes, we are back at it again. It is your movie connoisseurs coming at you with another movie review. Especially because we're about to get to the close of the end of 2025. We definitely wanted to do some current movies that have come out, especially for this December, and we wanted to talk about them. So right now we are talking about the movie Zootopia 2. If you haven't seen Zootopia, which honestly I'm surprised because that was a banger, go watch it, and then also watch Zootopia 2, because this is spoiler warnings ahead. I am the connoisseur, E-Man, Amanda, whatever you like to call me. And we also got the master of cinema.
Hello, everybody. It's Machi.
Yeah, boy. It's Machi. You know him, you love him. You can't wait to hear his review. Let's get after it. We're talking about Zootopia 2. Again, like I said, if you haven't seen it before, get off, go see it, and come back to us, because this is our review, and this is spoilers ahead. You have been warned. Let's get after it. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Machi, my boy, my dog, my connoisseur brethren himself. How did you feel about Zootopia 2, my boy? Just going into it. First thoughts.
Thought it was moving a bit fast. Thought a lot of it. So for a lot of it, right? And it's because I like when movies take their time and like they're a bit slower, but also there's the expectation of a sequel, right? That you come into a sequel, especially something that's kind of as low kind of stakes as Zootopia, really, where it's a buddy cop kind of thing, right? It's a buddy cop comedy movie, obviously. And we've already have a status quo that we're trying to keep in this movie. And you got to expand on it, talk about it, move it through an interesting kind of plot, right? But then for this movie, I like the plot. I like the going on the whole thing of, hey, reptiles are, they're not welcome as much as mammals are. And then going into that kind of aspect of the world, that was very interesting. That's a nice build on from the original. But I also felt like, I'd say the beginning and the ending of the movie kind of ran through that arc.
Yeah, I can kind of give you that. I can definitely give you that. For instance, like for me, honestly, so I wouldn't say I was excited to see this movie, especially because like when I heard that it was a Zootopia 2 was coming out, I was kind of like, bruh. Because sometimes a second movie is good, sometimes the second movie isn't good. Zootopia, the first movie, that was a grand slam right out the park. Like hands down, that was amazing. Soundtrack amazing, premise amazing, everything. God tier. One of my favorite movies to come out of it, because it's a Pixar movie, right?
No,
or is it Disney? It's a Disney.
Okay,
okay, straight Disney. Well, in any way, shape, or form, I really loved the first movie. So when I heard of the second movie, and I was like, all right, let me go check it out. Let me see how they doing it. Maybe they'll just like show me something. They'll surprise me. I go into the movie. Honestly, not bad. Like, not bad. The premise was interesting. I'll give you that. Especially, I agree with you. The premise was interesting. I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? You really don't see reptiles in the first movie at all. Like, you really don't see that concept. It's more just like the mammal type, like fur kind of style, like, So I was like, we don't see any friendly scale friends out here. So like when we finally get to the concept that like there's gonna be a snake and it shows up, I was like, oh wow. And now it has a whole lot to do with like discrimination and also fear and also like shock value. And it's now like Hops and Wild or on the run, and like it's just like the concept itself, honestly, for like, especially because like Zootopia is, to be fair, a detective kind of like cop theme movie. So like a scenario in which that like now the two like popular detectives, right, are now on the run from the law because they're considered as traitors. Like that happens a lot in like detective TV shows and like movies going forward. So I wasn't surprised, but like honestly, they did a good job on the concept. But I will agree with you on this. Like they definitely kind of dropped the ball a little bit with the whole lore of the snake. Like I feel like they kind of. How do I explain it?
It's an expedition done.
Yeah, but it's like it was quick, right? Don't you feel like it was kind of quick? Like,
yeah,
it was pretty, like, I feel like they could have built it up more, but I don't know. For like so far with like kids movies like this, it seems like they just want to like just get it done, get it in, and just like finish it up. Not to say they didn't work hard on it, because you could tell they like put in a lot of effort. Especially with like the concept of like the different other factions and partnerships, and the whole like those animals were literally about to die straight up. He's like, oh, this is what I realized. I was listening on Spotify when I was like cleaning up like this week, right? And
Mhm.
at one point I got an ad for Zootopia too, and then at the end I was surprised to hear this. It said parent guidance or parent attendance if needed, right? And I think that's
Mhm.
because of like the scene like with like the like basically the euthanization of like the literal like dart, the death dart, like hot, like literally if Flash had come in like the last second, Judy would have been poisoned and straight up dead. So I was just like, dang, that's kind of crazy. Especially even like the police chief getting bit and then he's also poisoned. The fact that like what's the Link's name? What was his name? It was Catrick. Catrick is Catrick's trying to like kill both like Judy and Nick in that situation too. It's like they had some dark. One thing I will say, I do like that Zootopia isn't like one of those like kids movies where it's just oh, everything's fine. Oh, there's a villain. But like he's not gonna like end up like straight up trying to kill you. Like Zootopia is like, yeah, no, we like they want you dead. Like the villains
Yeah.
want you dead, and then I can like that. Like I like that kind of darkness a little bit. Like I'm like that's fire. Um, how do you feel about the dynamic between Nick and Judy? Because I
I
saw a
think it's
lot.
as strong as ever. I really like it.
You like
Right?
it?
I really like it. That's my favorite part of the movie is the relationship, and it's really the thing that I wondered about the most coming into this because I really liked what they showed in the trailer, how they're trying to now like oh they've done it, they did a good job in the last movie, now they're together, but should they be together for all things all the time? When it comes to working a case as a police officer, sometimes you do need to step aside from somebody that you're working in close tandem with and maybe go work with somebody else because maybe they're not the right fit for a certain case or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting, them tackling the idea of them being partners. But I also liked how they didn't go in a kind of romantic
Yep.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
It is we're best friends, and I really like that. I think it's really nice to even show in this day and age that hey,
Yeah.
guys and girls can be friends. It doesn't just because we're friends and like we're even like you can say we're partners doesn't mean that we're in love with each other. It means that yo, I really value you
Yeah.
as a person in my life, and I really like that part of the movie. It was like the best part.
It's like a good platonic friendship, especially because even with like the kind of subtle like jokes and stuff like that, like the first mission we get to see them in is like the what's the word.
The sting operation
Thank you.
basically was trying to
Yes.
trap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where they're pretending to be a couple. They're trying to be married, right? Oh, one thing in
Mhm.
particular I saw that a lot of people are saying is that like what we can learn from that scene is that like mixed species couples are not a like problem. Like that's not frowned upon. Like they because the guy wasn't surprised about it. He was chilling with it. So I was like, oh, okay, that's an
No,
interesting concept.
it's a thing, right? Obviously, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a thing, but
Because
it's not like a
it's like
oh
it's not
terrible.
that big. Yeah, it's not like
It's
a
the
big
same kind
thing.
of thing in our kind of world,
Yeah.
right? Maybe
Hmm.
back in the day, it wasn't mixed race couples weren't all the hot rage. People did not prove that, but like as times go on,
Yeah.
there's more approval
Exactly.
on that,
But
right?
going back to like the my thought process with it, I do like the fact that like even in like the last bit where like Judy and Nick like legit just let out everything they've been keeping in and like have that beautiful moment on top of like the roof of like the facility. Honestly,
Mhm.
like to me, I was like I loved it. Because at one point, because like, here's the thing, right? When Nick hits Judy with like, I don't care about the mission, it's because what he really meant to say is that like it's not worth seeing you die. Like he cares about Judy so much to the point that like he doesn't care what as long as Judy is okay, he doesn't really care about anything else. Like that's like his main focal point, and I get that in a sense because that's how I feel about like my fans, family, and stuff like that. Like legitly, like we are like this from like till the end of time, and I like seeing that because at the same time, then Judy opens up because the entire time there is no perfect communication in this series, right? Especially because like if you think about it, the entirety of the series sorry, not why I'm saying series, the entirety of the movie, right? If there was just more communication and more people like actually just trying to listen, a lot of like instances and situations would not have happened, especially with the situation of Judy almost getting killed with the death shot. If they
Mhm.
actually tried to listen to them, because that was like the same thing in the first movie. Nobody listened to Judy. Nobody was listening to Judy
The
except for
worst part
Nick.
is for this movie,
Yeah.
it's not that just that the people in charge of this movie are actively evil. It's
Yeah.
Ibogo. He saw. He didn't see them doing anything
Wrong.
bad,
Yeah.
right?
He was
but
just
he got
yeah.
taken out. So everyone who's now in charge who knows that they did anything wrong is trying to take him out. And
Yeah.
it even goes to like the ending where the cops come in and the cop didn't want to shoot Judy. And they're like,
No, it did
no,
not. Yeah,
that,
because they were
that's
like, "This is
that's
kind of
wrong.
crazy." Yeah, they were like, "Yo, this is
Crazy
like,
holy
this is a little bit
shit.
much, bro. Like, let's talk this out." But it was crazy. Nah, dude, not gonna lie to you. I mean, I saw it coming. Where the other what was like, I would say hog. I guess it's like, it's not like a pig. It's like one of those like ones with like the tusks. What are those, like warhog? There you go. Yeah, warhogs. Yeah, when the other one bumps into the female warhog and then they shoot the thing, like you can see the fear in their eyes, like, oh no, bro, like this is about to go down. So it's like, but like back to it's just like I love seeing the dynamic and how like not only does like Nick grow, but also Judy grows with it, because like I mean there were problems with both of them. Nick wasn't really communicating how he was feeling truly, so he hid behind jokes, what he does claim is a sign of like a defense mechanism. But with Judy, it was also, she wasn't trying to listen because he's trying so hard to prove to people that like her and Nick, because it's not even about her and Nick being the best team. It's really her trying to prove that her and Nick belong together, but not in a romantic sense. They belong together
It's
as
fair
like
to
a
lose.
yeah, exactly.
It's fair to lose.
And I feel like that part where like Nick says, "I don't care," I think that made her feel like, because I feel like, because she didn't understand what he meant by that, because he didn't explain it properly. She kind of felt like he was saying like, "I don't care if we split up," and I think that hurt her. And like that's why I like when they had space away from each other, because sometimes like when you're in that kind of situation with somebody you're that close to, and it feels like you're about to break up, taking that space, taking that break, taking that time to like kind of think things over, to let the rise in tension die down a little bit. That's when you start getting clarity. That's when you start realizing like what's really going on. That's when you start opening up. Open communication. I thought that like, I legit, that was like biggest take from like that movie, like communicating with your partner, even like going into therapy, like the therapist, was it a hamster or a gerbil? It doesn't matter. The therapist, Dr. Fuzzball, or sorry, not Fuzzball, Fuzzbee. Even she gets to a point where it's like, you gotta like, even with the outside partners, they're also having problems. It's like, some people will take what somebody says in some way. Like for instance, like when the badger and the gazelle smiles at the badger, the badger tries to kill the gazelle. Well, not kill it, but like yeah, like they see it as some way, and in turn, how you view it isn't always the truth. The same way like when you go back to like the whole thing about how everybody viewed reptiles as this crazy evil. If they took the time to actually talk to a snake and actually figure out what the situation was, it would have been perfect. It would have been fine.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's like even the same thing with the beaver, the beaver chick. I don't know what her name. Nibbles. Literally Nibbles. Especially Nick. Nick was like a biggest person. Like oh no, she's crazy. We don't need to talk to her. It turns out Nibbles legitly is the reason why Nick was able to get out of prison, protect himself, and find a way to get to Judy in time to save the day, and not only for both of them then to stop Catrick. So it's just like, you really don't know somebody until you get to know that person, right? And that was kind of like, even like if you go to like the first movie, that was a big kind of mess in the first movie. Like you can't just assume you understand somebody by what they look like or their basic urges and stuff like that.
Will always be
Yeah.
the killer, right? It's always prejudice. You're prejudiced against somebody just because what they look like, what they sound like, the way you just perceive them, but you don't know until you really talk to them and try to understand them, what's really going on with them.
Yeah.
It really shows that it's really important.
Who was your favorite of the new characters?
Snake.
Gary the Snake.
Gary
the Snake. I was hyped though. I love that. I'm gonna mess up his name. Ki-Hoon Kwan. Yeah, like I love that he's getting more work. I am so happy he's getting more work. Him and Loki. Him and what's another movie he was in? Well, Loki's not a movie. It's a TV show. Sorry, but
Everywhere, Everything, All at Once.
Well, that was like the movie that kind of brought. Yeah, that was big as return. Yeah, and then the next thing he was in was Loki. I just don't, because he did something else before Zootopia too. I just don't remember what it was. But besides, I'm just glad that he's getting more. Yes, he was. He was in Kung Fu Panda. I think he was. Yeah. Either way, I'm just glad he's getting more work, getting more appreciation, and just getting that love. Like it like really made me happy. Also, like to hear voices that I haven't heard in a long time. Patrick Warburton, bro. Where has this man been? Where has this man been? I was so happy to hear his voice as Brian Windancer.
So
I
funny.
missed him.
He reminded me so much of the second they come on and they go, and our new mayor, who's also an actor. I was like, wait, is this reference to Arnold Schwarzenegger? Is that it? And
Mm-hmm.
he was mayor of California, right?
Yep, yep.
So funny when they made him mayor. I was like, that's hilarious.
No, and I just loved it. Especially I love the part where like he's just like, who said it? Like, are you gonna be a real hero or not? Who was the one that said that?
That's the Beaver. The Beaver said that to him.
The Beaver said, yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Nibbles. And then he just starts karate kicking, going crazy, dog. He was kicking all their butts in that I guess a mansion. I don't even know. There was so many lodge. Thank you, lodge. It was like like that winter lodge. He was kicking their butts. I'm talking like dog straight to the face. Especially if you think about it, a horse's kick is deadly, dog. It is. It could straight up kill you, dog. He was using lethal weapons out there in the mix, and I loved every second of it, bro. Definitely a favorite scene for me for this movie. Two, definitely two. Number one, it's definitely just the heart to heart that Judy and Nick have at the end, of course, because that's just beautiful. Second, oh my goodness, bro. Well, actually, I feel like the second one is gonna be like a two-parter kind of situation because the second part I'm gonna mention is just the fact that they were referencing The Shining, and I loved every second of it. Oh my goodness. The Shining references were perfect, but the way in which they did Catrick's eyes when he's walking, in the darkness, and you have like the cat eyes, right, dude? The utter attention to detail in that eye, just like loved it. Just like how he looked so like demonically evil and like monstrous, but it's just like when he walked into the light, he was just normally like just Link's cat self, like that kind of wolf in sheep's clothing kind of situation. That was honestly, I would say, like my favorite two parts, especially just like seeing the Shining reference again, like love it, dog. Like you can tell they were doing it when you see how he's limping in the maze. he has the green sweater, dog. I was loving it. Oh man, you don't understand much. I was loving it. Because I love The Shining. What about you? What was your favorite scenes?
Other than Nick and Judy, I would say it's kind of a hard one. I really like him warming up scene. That was really cheesy. I loved it.
Yes. For that. That was good. That was definitely, I would say, top tier. Absolutely. Oh, did I even say who my favorite new character was? I don't think I did. Yeah, it was either Nibbles for me, or if I'm being completely honest, just Windancer. Like the mayor had just had me geeked. I loved it, dog. He was aura farming the entire time, especially like when the Link's dad, right? He's like, are you a mayor, or do I need to find another mayor to do your job? And then you just see him standing triumphantly when he's sending out the cops to go arrest Nick and Judy. I was like, damn, bro. That man was aura farming heavy, dog. He even had like a stern face, and his hair was running in the wind. I was like, damn, that's legit. I like Windancer, man. I like Windancer. I thought that was fire. I like this character. He had me cracking up. Also, because I'm honestly as you, bro. For a lot of voice actors, I love Patrick Warburton's voice. I love it. I think it is like, it is such the vibe, bro. It's like the perfect mix of like whimsical and deep, if you understand what I mean. Like it's like the perfect mix of that, and I just love it. Also because like it's just nostalgia, bro. So you have like Very Odd Parents, Crunk from Emperor's New Groove, bro. Like just stuff like that, man. You just gotta love it. What is another thing I wanted to say? Oh, how did you feel about the I think like we all could tell that Catrick was gonna end up being like a surprise villain. Like that was obvious.
I didn't really care because I didn't clock it when it happened. I was like, it's a good one. It's a good twist, and he did it, and I liked why he did it for.
I think the twist was okay. In my opinion, I saw the twist coming because it was the same. It was like the same kind of vibe of the lamb. What was her name?
For me, it wasn't really the same vibe at all. It was a bit more surprise for me because I wasn't really clocking there being a twist villain for any reason.
I'm surprised.
We had a queer ultimate villain being the father and his company, and then they go, which one called? and even he wasn't expecting them to be tracked and all that, right? And I was like, that's fine. And then when they're talking about the twist, that's when I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, no, I thought he was gonna betray them like the first minute I met him, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like that sounds crazy,
I thought like the twist officially
but you
was
thought it was
going to
gonna be
be
like
that
something else.
he,
Like you thought it was gonna be like
I
something
thought it was
else.
going to be like, oh, surprise, he's the one because that's helping out Snake. But then that was obviously like,
Oh, I didn't see that come. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. I didn't see that coming, but I did think he was
well,
gonna
I
be a
thought
traitor.
you didn't see. Guy knew it was him immediately because they already introduced him, and then he's not with his family, who's a bunch of villains. But then I really liked the twist of him doing it because he wants his family to accept him. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's good. That was really good. I really like that.
his
To
reasoning
show
was
that,
interesting.
yeah, there are some times when people want to conform, even
Yeah,
if it's not to a good standard or a good, even like a loving kind of relationship.
yeah,
Ultimately, he would have gotten what he wanted if he did it, but not in the way that he thinks he would have. It was
true.
just going to be a fleeting moment for him where they're gonna like him for a bit because oh, he did a good thing,
For
but
the
then
family.
ultimately they're gonna still hate him. He's the weak link.
Yeah, bro. Play on words. Play
Hmm.
on words. I like that. I like that. I like that. But no, I mean, like for me, it was. I mean, he does ironically get what he wants in the end. He just gets to spend time with his family forever
Yeah,
in jail. Like legitly, bro. Now you just get to have an all good fashioned family bonding. So here's one thing. I understand why it was kind of like you couldn't really tell that like he was gonna end up being a villain because especially like his entire family was like, yo, no, we need to get your little brother, bro. We need to get him right now. Like we need to get we need to get Catrick. We need to take out Catrick. And then he's about to start throttling Catrick, and Catrick's like, whoa, 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 I'm doing this for y'all. What are you talking about? And
yeah.
and he starts like, you see how like his dad just starts brushing him off, like, my
Oh
bad.
snap!
I wasn't familiar with your game, son. I wasn't familiar with your game. Ship off the old block, huh? Like I was like, there you go.
I loved it because even the people, the real villains, were legitimately surprised. Like, oh snap! Wait, you're with us? Man, I didn't even know about that. I thought you betrayed us because we didn't treat you right. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it was kind of crazy. I legit felt bad for Gary's family, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, his grandma really did suffer from that, bro. I mean, it's good that she finally got her name like centered around what was the
Your
it's
accomplishment
yeah
to
for a
break through
couple.
the comfort
I
zones.
just remember. Oh yeah, it was the. I just don't remember what they called them, like the zone
The
temperature
weather zones.
regulations. Oh, the weather zones. I just in my mind, I just remember them being like the basically the weather regulation like machines. Like literally just that's how I remember them as. I forgot what the actual name was, but like it's interesting, dog. It is like you know what this builds on though because at the end you see a feather, and then literally again, I'm thinking to myself, "Oh my gosh, I've never
Yeah,
seen birds in Zootopia." I'm like,
I
"Dog."
knew they were gonna do birds next because you never see birds in this thing.
I didn't even think about that. That's the thing. Like you know, in like a anthropomorphic like kind of like series like this, like you expect to see like all types of like animals. You know what I mean? Like you expect to see it. So you kind of like your mind kind of like takes out the fact that you haven't seen other species, right? Because
Mhm.
like in Zootopia, you're so distracted with just like the plot itself and the characters. You don't really think about like the underlying like, huh, there were no snakes in Zootopia, no reptiles. And now I'm like, huh, there's no birds in Zootopia right now. What theory people
Well, I
have?
started thinking about that specifically because it's so when the movie starts, it brings into question the temperature zones that they talked about in the first movie,
That is true.
right?
Yeah.
But then when you get to what is it, the marsh place, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty sure that's the first time you see a fish.
Oh my gosh,
First time you
you're
see a fish in these
right.
movies, and that's what really got me thinking. Okay, so they finally done, and they especially because you see a dolphin. So okay, porpoises. There are non-connect porpoises and stuff like that. Those are mammals, and then they go with the sea lions and even what are they called? The manatees,
Oh,
right?
the
I'm like,
walruses.
yeah, walruses,
Yeah.
walruses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
walruses. Yeah.
right. I'm like, okay, cool. But then that's why I started thinking, okay, so what I have not seen yet, and that's obviously flying animals,
Yeah.
right?
True.
So it really brings into question what's really going on with them. But that's kind of how these things are supposed to go. It's a good, I wouldn't say like the best kind of storytelling, but especially for series like this, where we're talking about kind of it's not aware for race relations, right?
Yeah.
When you don't see something in like obviously, especially in a sequel, when we're going off multiple different kind of you're building to more things, right? You're gonna what's coming next is what you're gonna keep have people keep thinking, but it's always good to leave room to write, which is what they do a lot with these movies. It's the smart thing to not show reptiles in the first movie. They
Because they can
deliberately
build
did
on it.
that just so
Yeah.
we can build. We have room to grow, room to build, room to expand this, so we're not kind of constructed in kind of one whole
Yeah.
place.
One thing I forgot about with Zootopia, which was why I was like, because when I was like, really, like, again, I'm just gonna go back to this. When I heard there was gonna be Zootopia 2, I was like, how are they gonna like expand on it? Like, I feel like they perfectly closed the movie. But I thought to myself, if you're a detective, you're gonna have other cases. If you're a cop, you're gonna have other cases, and that's when I had to like realize, like when I saw the bird, I was like, oh, this might be like, because this is my theory for the next one, because like so far we're just stuck on like Zootopia, right? And everything like that. We're stuck on like the ground aesthetic, right? Or like, and we've got into the sea. So now we have to go into like the air. So that's gonna be like probably like the mountains. It's gonna be like the clouds. It's gonna be like maybe like flying machines, planes, stuff like that. We're gonna be able to see like stuff like that, maybe blimps and stuff. I'm thinking like this might actually be like a chance to see like eagle. Like for instance, like I think the person they're gonna have to deal with is either like an eagle or like a falcon or something. Like that's gonna be the person they're gonna have to try to help. It's gonna be like a situation, or it's gonna be like maybe it's like a president situation. Because I'm really thinking it's gonna be like kind of like a secret agent kind of like movie. Because like especially like how you hear the kind of like the ending like kind of song. Well, I would say song, but like kind of like ending sound. At the end of it, it's kind of like it kind of sounds like that like Mission Impossible or like that surprise like secret agent kind of situation. So I think it's gonna be like something to do with like a political kind of like maybe assassination attempt, maybe
Or
a
CIA.
yeah, or CIA or
Because
FBI.
obviously there goes to the idea. It's a very interesting idea about jurisdiction,
Yes,
right? What
exactly.
kind of jurisdictions? And also, it's always like the most famous thing, even in shows, because it's kind of like a true thing, that a lot of times different cops or the FBI or like they don't
CIA.
really
Yeah.
get along in a
No, they
sense
don't.
because they're not always on the same page. They have different things they're kind of
Yeah.
working towards.
Different regulations, different procedures, and legitly different budgets. So it's like legitly, it's crazy. It how like especially like the infighting and stuff like that. So when you think about it, like I can't wait to see like how does that go? Because at that point, I think Bogo might be really on like Nick and Judy's
Even
side.
go to a thing of, oh, we have birds. What does a surveillance state look like? Maybe they run it.
Yeah, yeah. So like that, like I think at this point, I think because first movie, Bogo was not really on Judy's side. Second movie, it was more on like he believes in their ability, but didn't believe that they would work together well. This third movie, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like Bogo's gonna support them going AWOL this time. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Because honestly, when they go AWOL, things get done. If you think about it, every time Judy and Nick go AWOL, things get done. I think he's gonna support them going AWOL this time. Like it's gonna be like it's either gonna be like it has to be something with CIA, FBI, like assassination, or like somebody's a traitor and we have to figure out who the traitor is. Something like that. That's gonna be the premise. I can tell. I can tell. It's gonna has to be something like that. If not, I don't know. I don't know what else they could really like hit up with, but like I feel like that would be compelling. I think that would be good. Like that whole like they're saying like you're saying, like that jurisdiction kind of fight. I think that's gonna be interesting. I hope that's what it is. I hope it's what it is. But any closing statements, Machi?
Oh,
All right, all right. One last.
specifically,
Oh,
a
sorry.
problem kind of had. And it really goes to the idea that the biggest flaw this movie has, which is the exposition dump, kind of like in the middle where we just say this is what happened in the past, right?
Yeah,
And even I don't even like the way they kind of portrayed it to the audience, where they just go, "Bow!" Now you're in a flashback kind of scenario where we people from who aren't from the past just inexplicably know exactly how these events went down, and we're gonna illustrate it for you like this, and they even just talk over it
yeah,
like while it's happening, like, oh, then you did that. I'm like, I
yeah.
really don't like it. It really feels lazy.
It. Yeah, but Machi, that's just the thing. When it comes to kids' movies, they're gonna be lazy.
No, no,
That's just
no.
it. Like
There is
even
a standard at which even kids movies should be held and
Yeah, and
in
I agree
any
with you.
sort of
I agree with you. Don't get me wrong.
I
I
agree with
agree.
occasionally it's a movie. At the end of the day, first of all, it's a movie, and it's specifically built in a way where it's dragging us along for this adventure. It's
Yeah.
trying to tell us a certain thing, and it's the way it's communicating it that I just don't like about it.
Sometimes I feel like they don't give kids enough credit. I feel like kids couldn't handle like more complex and actual like good kind of story plot like following along. Like I don't think they would get as lost as they think. You know what I mean?
Here's
Like
the thing, that's because I think it goes to it kind of cheapens
yeah.
the twist of even the main villain. He didn't tell us at this point, this is why we're doing everything we're doing in the movie, or you could just go, this is what I know, this is what I suspect, right?
Hmm.
Or even a different way of you slowly drip feed this kind of information about the movie because we meet these characters in these settings like a couple of times with the snake and Gary and Patrick, right? We meet them a couple of times throughout the setting. Maybe you could have done a thing where you slowly drip feed Judy and Nick the information instead of just coming out with a bow, this is everything that we've been building towards that we haven't really kind of let you cool on, so we're just gonna dump it on you at this point in the movie.
Yeah. Honestly, the only thing I would just
That's
say,
my biggest gripe. That's my
yeah.
one of my two biggest gripes of the movie. That's the only thing.
Honestly, for me, like my biggest gripe is just like I said before, just like how it kind of felt like quick. It just felt quick to me a little bit. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, for like a movie that's supposed to be like 1 hour and 50 minutes, it did not feel like 1 hour and 50 minutes. I felt like I just like sat like it felt quick to me. It really felt like that's like the only gripe I would say. Like I feel like they could have put a little bit more information in, drew it out just a little bit. Like not to drag it out to like for useless stuff, but just like give me a little bit more information. That's all I was asking. Like that's all I would really want going forward. Like maybe you'd even see like how life was like for Gary as he was like a kid and stuff like that. Because all we really just get is the grandma's backstory. We don't even get to really see like Gary like his journey getting here and stuff like that. Like not really. You know what I mean? So like I'll just say that. But that is it for our Zootopia 2 review, my dear viewers. Let us know in the comments who you loved of the new characters, how y'all felt about the surprise twist, how y'all just felt about the movie in general. If y'all liked it better than Zootopia 1, I doubt it, but if you liked it better than Zootopia 1, let us know in the comments. We love hearing from you. Love talking to you. We will be back at it again, of course. We are the movie connoisseurs. We love y'all. Peace.
Peace.